Meet Richard Montanez, a janitor turned snack legend. Richard came up with a risky idea that reshaped the snack food industry from modest origins. All it took was a flash of vision for him to transform a traditional nibble into a taste delight by adding scorching spice. Passion, determination, and risk-taking are the threads of his story. Flamin' Hot Cheetos are growing into a symbol of American culture more than just a snack food. It seems like Flamin' Hot Cheetos are everywhere. Everywhere you look, you can find Flamin' Hot in pop-up restaurants, clothing stores, movies, and beauty tutorials. This is a strange occurrence. Frito-Lay has steadily increased its goods lineup since the launch of Flamin' Hot Cheetos. From popcorn to Doritos, there are 15 Flamin' Hot treats available today. We are going to know about the history of this janitor behind this success today. Come and find out his story with us. The life of Richard Montanez is an inspiring narrative of resilience, innovation, and risk-taking. Richard was born into a Mexican immigrant household in the sleepy California town of Guasti, where he and his 10 siblings shared a one-bedroom home. Things were not easy. He had difficulty learning English in school and suffered racism and hardship at an early age.
But the one thing that I do regret is that I never received a formal education. I quit school at a very, very young age. I don't really like to tell people because I'm still a firm believer in education. I like to tell people, look how far I got without an education. Just imagine how far you can get with an education.
He felt that society wasn't designed for people like him, so he got out of school by the 4th grade. But he learned from his mom's humble handmade tortillas something important, that being unique is a virtue. There was no obvious way out of poverty when Richard was a young man, so he did things like wash automobiles and harvest grapes to make ends meet. A Frito-Lay company hired him in 1976 as a janitor when he was 18 years old. Richard saw it as an opportunity to show the world what he could do, even though most people might have viewed it as only a payday. Let them know that a Montanez mopped it, his grandfather had told him, and those words lingered in his thoughts, pushing him to excel in all that he did. His strategy paid off, and he eventually became a machine operator and beyond in the organization. A hard patch hit Frito-Lay in the early 1990s. After hearing the CEO tell everyone to act like an owner, Richard made sure to put that advice into practice. "What if I put chili on a Cheeto?" was his novel idea, inspired by a street vendor's Mexican corn with lime and chili. Nothing remained the same after this one brilliant thought. Richard affirms his identity as the mastermind behind the Flamin' Hot Cheetos, a highly popular and intense snack item. This is not easy, since the Flamin' Hot Cheetos brand has grown into a whole sector that goes well beyond the snack food section. You can find them in turkey dishes, online memes, or even fashion displays. Right next to the classic Cheetos, these spicy snacks continue to steal the show in supermarkets. According to Richard, the story of its creation goes something like this. While working as an employee at a Frito-Lay plant in Southern California, he and his wife Judy came up with the idea for the spicy taste in their kitchen. He worked hard with his spouse to put together a presentation, over being nervous for the greatest occasion of his life.
So I went back to start teaching again, the same class, and the gentleman asked another question. He said, well, wait a minute. All my teachers...
On that fateful day, his bravery paid off. The CEO was attracted to the concept and approved his formal presentation. The initial backing of Richard's tale by PepsiCo, the controlling company of Frito-Lay, was fantastic for the business. Indeed, Richard went so far as to market Flamin' Hot Cheetos in the White House. But PepsiCo told him to be more subtle with his words. According to Richard, it wasn't an effort by all, but they told him to point it out in his speech nevertheless. Despite his unique career trajectory, he left PepsiCo in March 2019 during a workplace investigation of his Flamin' Hot Cheetos assertion. However, it wasn't effortless. At long last, Richard documented his ordeal in a book. Prior to it being made public, though, the LA Times revealed an investigation's results that cast suspicion on Richard's claims, which had been ongoing for a year. Rather than being developed in the Richard home kitchen, the Flamin' Hot Cheetos were allegedly formed at Frito-Lay's offices in Plano, Texas, according to the paper. Naturally, a few of the teammates who claim authorship for the recipe were furious with Richard for adopting it. Still, Richard's narrative hits home, particularly among Latinos, even though this discussion isn't going to change the world. Richard sought out methods for including individuals like him into his work, and he found that traditional Mexican spices could do just that. Richard contacted Roger Enrico, CEO of Frito-Lay, without thinking about his consequences. Even though Enrico didn't make it past 2016, the call stuck with his executive assistant. It was shocking that the CEO could be contacted by the janitor. It is uncertain when exactly Richard's daring pitch was heard, but it was. According to Richard, it was 1991. However, PepsiCo asserts that the product had already been developed at that point.
Understand this, there isn't a book out there that's going to place anything inside of you to become successful. Everything that you need to become successful is already inside of you. Your job is to release it. So I'd always say, be careful who you listen to, what you're reading, and what's coming out of your mouth. You know, one of my greatest proverbs is life and death are in the power of the tongue.
Great minds do indeed think alike. After all, Richard might not have known. Among their many comments, PepsiCo made it clear that they do not hold him solely responsible for the product's beginning. Richard Montañez was one of numerous individuals to whom they later credited as having had an impact on the introduction and popularity of Flamin' Hot Cheetos. It would be simple to say Flamin' Hot's success as the next fad on social media. Its popularity, according to experts, reflects the changing demographics of the United States and the increasing need for bold flavors. Flamin' Hot was formally introduced on the market in 1992. With more than 1,100 snack varieties in its inventory, Frito-Lay now counts it among their top-selling tastes. Flamin' Hot Peanuts, Limon Cheetos, Cheetos Puffs, and a Flamin' Hot fashion collection with Forever 21 are just a few of Frito-Lay's many Flamin' Hot products. A number of notable individuals have been involved in the brand's planned advertising campaigns, including Chance the Rapper, who appeared in a Super Bowl commercial, and Post Malone, who went by Post Limon, to market Flamin' Hot Doritos. The promotion of the brand has been helped greatly by social media personalities. Top postings from Flamin' Hot's Mukbang channel, which is based in South Korea and features people eating tremendous quantities of food while filming it, have amassed millions of views. Flamin' Hot pop-up stores, launched by Frito-Lay in 2018, were a hit with celebs and fans alike in both Los Angeles and New York. As more people from different countries and tastes come to the US, hot food is becoming more popular. The shifting tastes of the rapidly expanding Hispanic and Asian populations in America toward hotter flavors may be seen in the cuisine and snack options of these populations. Not to forget mentioning, there's a real-life based movie named Flamin' Hot on Richard Montañez as well. The typical American snacker eats 25% more spicy foods compared to 10 years earlier, according to studies. Concerns about health hazards, however, have grown in tandem with consumption levels. Because of worries about their harmful effects and nutritional worth, Flamin' Hot Cheetos have been prohibited in several American schools. Even in 2018, rapper Lil Xan ended up in the hospital after consuming an excessive amount of Flamin' Hot Cheetos. But are these munchies actually bad for you? Flamin' Hot isn't harmful to the average person, but it might be harmful to those who already have health problems. For that, Frito-Lay has introduced new products such as Flamin' Hot Smart Food, a popcorn alternative that is touted as a better choice. Still, there isn't much of a caloric difference between Smart Food and regular Flamin' Hot Cheetos. When it comes to spicy snacks, Flamin' Hot is still unrivaled, even with fresh competitors like Takis. By collaborating with trend-setting individuals and introducing new products, Frito-Lay stays ahead of the curve when it comes to customer creativity and trends. Thanks to Frito-Lay's openness to feedback from employees, desire to try new things, and ability to adapt to America's shifting demographics, Flamin' Hot has been a hit for years. Flamin' Hot isn't merely a snack. It's a victorious American tale that showcases the changing preferences of a multicultural nation. For better or worse, Flamin' Hot is now ingrained in popular culture. That's all for the success story of Flamin' Hot Cheetos. Make sure to follow and subscribe if you want more of this content.